gods in our religion and our teaching and look at their demonstration while we looked at each other, understanding that we were amping up the vibration for a much bigger challenge. And sometimes spirituals were also called sorrow songs. They were played and sung to express deep pain and suffering and the yearning for freedom in the promised land or kingdom of heaven. And promised land was all these words were code. Promised land, going up north, being free, making it out of slave country, the kingdom of heaven. If you were a slave, what would be more heavenly than freedom, than being on the other side of hell and high water? Spirituals provided emotional and psychological relief, but they motivated slaves. Church was also a time, a place for not only solace, but another place where slaves were legitimately allowed to gather, socialize, and feel safe to communicate, pass messages along, pass notes along. Forgive me for using a prison term, kites, for sending kites. It was a place where we could reunite families that might have been sold off to another geographic location, to another plantation. So I implore you to go deeper, climb higher, think a deeper level of awareness and understanding. And the only way to do so is through understanding self. The more you understand who you are, the more you understand yourself, the easier it is to open your third eye and empathize and visualize and experience and see and bring your ancestral memory embedded in your DNA back to conscious awareness in the reality of our endurance. I don't share this information. I don't tell these stories to sadden you, to depress you, perhaps to excite you, to motivate you, to induce action. Get angry, get worked up, but be motivated to do something in the condition, to be an active part of healing. On Saturday, I'm humbled and honored to be a part of a project that a powerful young man and woman in our state of Louisiana and our community are producing as a documentary. I don't want to give away their project, obviously, but I am going to invoke their names. Tamika Quinante, I certainly do appreciate you. I will be a part of the Sister Circle this coming Sunday in Plaquemine, Louisiana, where we'll be a part of a powerful documentary about who we are, about our story, about our struggle, about our history. Betty King, I certainly am grateful for you and Real World Productions for allowing me to be a representative for our community in this project. I look forward to meeting with you on the bayou in coming days. All is truly and indeed a blessing. Until next time, my listeners, I'm running out of time. You know, it's hard to do what I would like to do in a 30-minute show. I've kind of resigned myself to using this platform to do a 2-hour show again. It's just too many issues in making that happen. I am being introduced to new platforms. I plan to be using Google Live very soon. I'm already, and have been for some while, on the speaker platform, but I haven't used it until now. So I'm growing, learning new things, evolving as well in my opportunities to bring this powerful information to you. My mission, my goal, my raison d'etre is to create and recreate and birth a revival, a revolutionary revival of Voodoo in our lives, in our reality, in our ever waking presence on the earth, while we are challenged by so many other things, and we have tried so many other things. Now return home. Now return to your ancestors. Now return to the bosom of the great mother, the great father. Now return home to Africa.
Congo Square. The Omus Indians prepared this place for us centuries before our arrival. A sacred spot where corn festivals were celebrated. The Omus Indians prepared this place for us centuries before our arrival. Congo Square, a sacred spot where corn festivals were celebrated. And as the colonizers came, our hosts, the Omus Indians, they pushed aside our hosts. The colonizers came and pushed aside our hosts and introduced us in chains. And by the late 1700s, we somehow, recognizing the sacredness of Les Places de Congo, we somehow, and the how of our somehow persuasive methodologies is not clear at this moment. The how is not clear. How our persuasive methodologies worked is not clear at this moment, but nevertheless, even as slaves, we crafted and created a space where we could be free to be we. And thusly we countered the sacrilegiousness of the French, giving great homage to our ancestors as well as giving praise and thanks to our red-blooded brothers and sisters. This is an oral libation toast to Congo Square, to Native Americans, to our ancestors who made a circle out of a square and gave us a way to stay ourselves, save ourselves from the transformatory ugliness of America, which refuses to recognize the spirituality of life, which refuses to recognize the spirituality of life and celebrates death with crosses and crosses, double and triple crosses, the middle passage, the first cross, Christianity, the double cross, and capitalism, the ultimate triple coup de grace cross of our captivity. But the terror of crosses notwithstanding, we sang, we beat, we be, we was and is. Hail Congo Square. Congo Square. Our African gods have not been obliterated. They have merely retreated inside the beat of us. Inside the beat of us. Our African gods have not been obliterated. They have merely retreated inside the beat of us until we are ready to release them into a world that we recreate. A world heralded by the beating of black heart drums. Heart beat, heart beat, heart be at this place, be heart beat, be we beating place in new world space, being in place in new world, preserving our ancient pace. Our dance is the God walk. Our music, the God talk. First thing we do, let's get together. Circle ourselves into community. No beginning, no end. Connected together and singing, ringing, singing in a ring. Second, let's be original, aboriginal. Be what we were before we became what we are. Be bamboola dance, be banza music, and sing song words which have no English translation. Third, let us remember. Let us remember never to forget. Even when we can't remember the specifics, we must retain the essentials. Let us remember never to forget. Even when we can't remember the specifics, we must retain the essentials. The bounce, the blood flow, the feel, the spirit grow, energy. Must retain and pass on the essential usness that others want to dissipate, whip out of us. Whoa! But no matter how much of us they prohibit, no matter how much of us they prohibit, deep inside us is us. Deep inside us is us. Remains us inside and needs only the beat to set us free. The beat to free us. It is morning. A Sunday, a field without shade, but dark with the people black of us in various shades, eclipsing the sun with our elegance. We are centuries later now, and still this sacred ground calls us to remember, to beat, to be. We are centuries later now, and still this sacred ground calls us to remember, to beat, to be. Beat Congo Square. Be Congo Square. Beat, be. Beat, be. Beat, Congo Square. Be Congo Square. Be be beat be remember 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 remember.
Some choices are hard, like should you choose McDonald's Buttermilk Crispy Tenders or the Buttermilk Crispy Chicken in our signature crafted recipe sandwiches? Well, guess what? you can't make a wrong choice. It's buttermilk love, and that's good news. Speaking of good news,